Hello and welcome to the last video of my LPL 2024 preview series where we're going to cover Weibo Gaming, the runner-up at Worlds 2023. Great year for them, obviously. We're able to get to the end. The meta fit them perfectly. The Shy flipped heads, and Worlds, frankly, was, a setup for them, I guess. I mean, well, I don't even want to say it like that because some monkeys actually believe that. They had a easier run, but beat BLG to get there, right? That's a real team. So they earned their stripes. Last 2 years, the existence of this team, 21 and 11 in both. Suning, when it went from Suning to Weibo, they got rid of the coaching staff. So as far as I'm concerned, unlike where we just had Live Sandbox turn into Fear X, um, the team swapped management. So I'm not going to count 2021. They have made changes. The Shy is out. Karsa and Weiwei are out as well. So the top side is replaced by ZDZ and Xiaohao. The average age of this roster is 23 years old. ZDZ in top lane is definitely the worst player on the team, and it's not particularly close. At 22 years old last year with anyone's legend, in 80 games had a 1.9 KDA, 8 CS per minute, 50 KP. The CS and KP are the epitome of average. We see players with better CS with more involvement. He also died a lot. Clear as day. 21.4 gold share, 471 damage per minute, 23.4 damage share. 18 champions played. Standard 3, Jax, K'Sante, Renekton being his most played. They account for 44% of his games. We must keep in mind anyone's legend were best when the top side was getting ahead, so ZDZ and Xiaohao played around each other a lot and were the reasons for the success. So he may have died a lot just due to trying to make things happen because he was all they had. Zhao Yu behind him played with EDG last year in the LDL, 44 games, struggled 2.2 KDA, but had 8.2 CS per minute, 52.3 KP, 22 gold share, 506 damage per minute, 12 champions played. I doubt he pushes ZDZ, but that is, I know the Shy is still a free agent, so, there's always, the Shy is making his money by not playing, and then in summer return to the team. I could see that. Zhao Hao, 21 years old, a player that I identified as somebody that needed to go to a good team this offseason. Similar to Shun last year, I thought Zhao Hao deserved this moment, and we'll see if he can follow through on it. In 80 games, had a 3 KDA, 5.6 CS per minute, and pretty much 77% KP. So above average CS, but very high facilitating KP. Gets involved, makes things happen. He's all over the rift. His Lee Sin is disgusting. 19.4 gold share, 325 damage per minute, 16.1 damage share. 15 champions played, Wukong, Sejuani, and Viego. 51%. Yes, a lot of Viego games as well. Carry-oriented jungler at his best in summer. Now when you included the entire year, his numbers dropped down, but his summer stats are excellent. Behind him, you have Yudang. Yudang played for Weibo in LDL, 24 years old, so I doubt he's playing anytime soon. 18 games, 3.6 KDA, 5.6 CS per minute, 77.7 KP. Numbers are great, obviously, for that level of play. 18.7 gold share, 300 damage per minute, 9 champions played. They also brought in Daisy. Daisy played with BLG, I believe, last year in the jungle. 19 years old. By that I mean in the LDL as well. 21 games, facilitator numbers. These numbers are not going to earn them a starting role immediately. 2.5 KDA, 4.9 CS per minute, 73.2 KP, so not a lot of farm there. 18.4 gold share, 251 damage per minute, 8 champions played. Mid lane, you have Xiaohu. 25 years old, one of the greatest facilitators of all time in mid lane. He makes things happen all over the place, and from what I understand, very limited in comms. From what I had heard around Worlds, they're talking about how Xiaohu really doesn't talk that much. He just kind of appears. RNG great. One of the very few players that, the only player to win an international tournament in 2 different roles. We went over, is Xiaohu the best Chinese player of all time? Leading up to Worlds, I made a video about that. 118 games played, 4.1 KDA, 8.6 CS per minute, 69.2 KP. 22.7 gold share, 576 damage per minute, which is 26.2% of damage. Very active, like I said. Makes things happen, gives up some farm. Still gets gold, though, because he's getting kills and assists. 18 champions played. Azir, Tristana, Syndra, 40%. Yeah, you hear facilitator and you see Tristana. What the hell does that mean? Well, it means he played Tristana a lot, right? Taking turrets, dealing a shit ton of damage. But we know at his best, his Azir, things like that, Xiaohu is making things happen. Saiku is currently playing in the Demacia Cup, or was. I mean, I don't. 19 years old right now. He came from EDG. 49 games, 29 KDA, 84 CS per minute, 63.8 KP in LDL. I doubt he is playing in the LPL anytime soon. 21.7 gold share, 560 damage per minute, 13 champions played. They have Force. Force was already on the squad in mid lane in the LDL. His numbers also subpar. 76 games, 3.8 KDA, 8.1 CS per minute, 70 KP. So you see the difference there, a little higher KP, less farm. 22 gold share, 554 damage per minute, 17 champions played, and Zhao Budong is brought in as well. So Zhao Budong has no stats, but has been signed to the LDL roster in mid. So obviously they're trying to, plan for when Xiaohu is falling off, or who knows, after Xiaohu leaves. 80 carry is Light, one of the best 80 carries in the world. This bot lane I thought was one of the best performing ones last year, especially in summer and at Worlds. 22 years old, 118 games played, 6.4 KDA, 9.9 CS per minute, 67.8 KP. Very, very good. 24.8 gold share, 612 damage per minute, 27.6 damage share. 20 champions played for an 80 carry. That might be the highest. Aphelios Zeri Kesa, 47% of his games. ZJJ is the backup, 39 games, did very well with Weibo. 3.7 KDA, 9.9 CS per minute, 68.2 KP, 25.6 gold share. So he was fed. 528 damage per minute, though. Not a lot of damage. So gets resources, not doing something with it. 10 champions played. They've also signed Color. Maybe that's why. Color, age unknown. No stats, but maybe they are going to push ZJJ for that LDL role. Support, we have Crisp, former world champion, 25 years old, 118 games played, 4.3 KDA, 74.3 KP, 161 damage per minute. 21 champions played. Rakan, Nami, and Leona are his three most played. 34% of his games. Man, I hated seeing Leona this past year. It just did not fit at all. He went 7-6 on it in 13 games, and every single time I'm like, this guy is going to lose on this champ. Somehow he won some games he didn't deserve to win on that champ. Leona fits in certain metas. Last year's was not it. Era, stats unknown because they're role swapped for mid, and they're currently the substitute support on the roster. X-Bear, 40 games, 3.1 KDA, 72.6 KP, 132 damage per minute, 10 champions played in the LDL. Excuse me. And then lastly, Danny is the coach. Danny coached Damwon Kia. Back then, Weibo Gaming actually was on that coaching staff with Zephyr, as well as T1 during their really bad times. And then with Weibo. So 78-46 in his career in best of threes in the regular season, 34-24 in individual games in the playoffs, and 32-16 at international events. So pretty damn good coach. You kind of got to look past that T1 blip. And, hell, he always has winning records. He's always got 11 wins or at minimum. So good coach. Weibo, good team. We'll see how this top side works out. Like I said, Zhao Hao, I expect a Shun-like glow up. The problem is ZDZ is nowhere close to being as good as Ben, which I could see being a problem. But nevertheless, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, like it. Subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter, and I hope to see you again tomorrow.